Okay, so what resources are we going to be using? There's a bunch of them. Now, let's go one by one and see which one we use for what. Bitcoin Talk. So this is the forum that you're going to find all the information about everything relating to coins, mining, trading, politics. There's some courses on there. There's announcements. There's for different countries. And you can see the amount of posts and topics are crazy. It's non-stop. Any type of discussion that you want to have there, you can have. And you can talk about it here. The network, nodes, transactions, a bunch of, very specific, very technical subjects and less so, right? So whatever your level is, you're gonna be able to find a lot of information there. Go on it, go into these discussions, read what people are talking about. You're investing in something. Listen to what other people have to say. There's some pretty smart people there, and you're going to learn a bunch just by doing that, right? CoinDesk, news. So CoinDesk is pretty nice. You have a lot of good articles on there. So what's the first one now? There's a problem with crypto funding, and Vitalik just might have a solution. Go read it. Why not, right? If you're investing in this space, learn a bit about it. And, there's so much you can learn by watching videos. And to be honest, I learned the most by watching videos. I'm nonstop watching something or listening to a podcast or whatever. Whenever I'm doing something, I have something in my ears, I'm listening to something. But there's something about opening an article and reading it from start to finish that helps out. So definitely, and there's some other things here if you don't understand exactly something about the blockchain, but I hope you already understand because we looked at it. But other things here that you can read on data, ICO trackers, I don't know what that is, but a bunch of things. So go over that. Cointelegraph, another news website for cryptos. Again, this one as well. So what do we have here? Alibaba, IBM ranked top globally for number of blockchain patent filed. It's very funny. These companies are trying to file a patent on things related to blockchain, things that cannot really be patented. So very weird. But this website again, super nice for news. Go on it, read a few of the first news, and if you're actively investing, and you're not just going to be doing passive investing, but you're going to be actively investing and switching between coins and whatnot. Very important to go on those, check what's up. If there's a new coin that has a lot of hype, it'll probably pop up on there. So very important to read on those. Coin Market Cal. So it's not Coin Market Cap, which is coin market capitalization, but this one is Coin Market Cal with an L for Coin Market Calendar, right? And it's basically that. It has a calendar of all upcoming events. Okay, so I can see here that, tomorrow, which is September 4th, 2018, there is Ask Matt Anything. Matt will cover a few updates before diving into the questions about Holochain. So there's like a Q&A that's happening. But then you have other things, okay? Announcement here, VeChain. Announcement of partnership with an automobile giant. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I have a lot of VeChain, so we'll see what's up with that. Then, so, that's interesting. You can look at the dates, or you can select your coin and then get, search for all the events on your coin. So for VeChain, I only have that one. But if you had another coin, well, you could just select that coin and see if there's events coming up, because that might tell you, okay, well, I want to sell right before the event. Again, if you're planning to sell, a lot of times selling before the event is good. Like they say, buy on rumor, sell on news. A lot of people buy before events. So, when the events happen, there's a lot of sellers often. So you might just sell before that. Or you might buy really before an event and just sell a few days before it, or just an hour before the event. So very helpful. And then you can actually select if you want coins that are only on a specific exchange and what type of news are you looking for. Do you want announcements? Do you want coin burns, Q&As, airdrops, whatever, partnerships, rebranding? So you can filter by that. This is something we use often. Okay, so make sure to check this out. On-chain effects. It's crazy how many resources there are. Extremely nice website. So this one is like Coin Market Cap, where you have all your coins here, but it has some other things, right? Basically, it's telling you on the side here, top gainers, top losers, the one that won the most, lost the most. And then you have daily winners. Privacy coins have done the best, right? So it's like industries. Scams. So coins that are actually scams, we know they're scams. Okay. That sector, they actually went up today. And that's a funny thing. And we'll look at how, scams or we call them shit coins in the industry, a lot of time perform well, which is crazy. It should not make sense. Application development. So Internet of Things, distribution, computing. So you can see by sector. But the nice thing here is the research. Okay, you go on research. And if you want to look at a coin, let's say I want to look at Wax. Okay, so they have their projects here. And you can search by all projects or search by people. But let's say you want to search by project. We have all these projects. Okay. Let's say I want to look at Wax. Well, already you have a description. Wax is developing a platform for the trading of online games, online game-based items like currencies and skins. So I can click on it. Again, Wax is actually, what they're doing is they see that there's a problem when you're playing a video game and you have, you get a sword or a skin or something like that. And then you want to go play another game, you don't want to play that anymore. Well, these things have value and you're just throwing them away because you cannot export them from one game to the other. So they want you to be able to, exchange things like skins and, online items, which there is a huge market for online items where there's websites where people buy and sell items for huge amounts of money. And they have a coin to do that. I don't think it's a good coin because it hasn't been doing well, but regardless of what I think. But here you have info. Worldwide Asset Exchange, Wax, developing a platform for the trading of online game-based items like currencies and skins, blah, blah, blah. They have something, sale start, sale end. It's an ERC20 token, the current supply, the max supply, the way they're doing emission, background on it, the technology. So if you're looking for, precise information, here you go. Right? And then you want resources like the white paper. I can click on this and get the white paper. You want to go on the website, I can go on the website. You want to go on the GitHub, I can go on the GitHub. The Twitter, the Reddit, the Telegram. They're all here, right? So here's the white paper and they have, not bad for a white paper. Some white papers are like, 15 pages long, which is too short. You want as much info as you want. And here they would explain to you in the white paper basically how, what they're doing, the use of how they're using the proceeds, the team and the founders, a bunch of the stuff, and here, use of proceeds, legal requirements, and a bunch of stuff. And if you have their website, which you can go on, you have to go on if you're investing there, right? You have their GitHub, and we can see that the last update was in December 17, 2017. So basically, maybe they don't have really, maybe it's not even on there, right? So it depends the project. You have their Twitter. So again, Twitter is going to be the place where they release news. Twitter for these coins and for these exchanges is like the first place that they release news. Okay, that's where it comes out. Okay, it's not like with companies. Companies aren't going to go on Twitter and release their news on Twitter. There's avenues for that. But here it's always on Twitter. So if you're investing in any coin, make sure you're following the Twitter. And you have the Reddit here and you have the Telegram. But just basically to tell you that that information was here from this website. So very nice, right? Okay. Now, another really nice part about on-chain FX is not only the research, but the asset classification. So you can click here and see that they have separated the coins for you based on what type of coin is it. So is it a currency token? Is it primarily used as money or store of value, or is it a platform token, right? Or is it a utility token? It's used to do something, right? Or is it a brand token or a security token? So basically, they have it separated, and they have it separated in sectors. So advertising, alternative medicine, energy, on-chain governance, payment platform, gambling industry, crowdfunding platform. So you can, maybe you find that there's a problem with crowdfunding, and you say that every time people want to crowdfund and raise money for somebody, basically what happens is they raise the money, but the company that's making sure that enough money is raised, they take a cut. They take a 5 or 10% of the money. Why should they get money for free? Maybe you want to cut them off. And sometimes the people who are raising the funds for somebody else, they keep part of the money. This came on the news the other day, where a couple was raising capital for a homeless person, and the internet, supported him, and they sent him $400,000. And in the end, the couple didn't give anything to the homeless guy, and they kept all the money. They bought him like something small for a few $1,000s, right? So, well, maybe there is need for a crowdfunding platform where that person has, I guess the key, and he would get directly the funds. It wouldn't have to go through anybody. That could be what you think, and because of that, you say, you know what, I want to invest in a crowdfunding platform because there is big need for that. Maybe you think there's big need for something else, like a gambling, for the gambling industry, for something to be done in that way. Maybe you think these websites, they scam, poker players when they're playing poker online, and they have an algorithm that does something, and you don't trust them, and you want something that's safe, that's on the blockchain. So very nice, right? Very nice, and also it helps you. And here they have possible scams. It helps you because if you want to diversify and have different coins in different sectors, this will help you do that. Okay? Spend a lot of time on this one. Anyways, you guys have to go through each of these and play around with them, but they're all very helpful. Bit info charts. Okay. So this website I like because you can select which coins you want, and it'll add them here to the list. And you can kind of compare things. Like you can compare, market capitalization, the transactions, how many transactions it's had, transactions per hour, right? What do we have? Average amount sent. So in Bitcoins, there's on average $277 million sent per hour, right? That's crazy. So you if you're thinking there's not a lot of people using it, that's a lot of money. Not compared to actual money, but I mean, it's growing. Every year it grows. And then you can see other ones. You see for XRP, we can't because it's not really on the blockchain, so we don't really know. Block count, how many blocks we've had, average block per hour. So Bitcoin, right? It's a block per 10 minutes. So 6 blocks. Ethereum, there's 246 blocks per hour. The reward that miners get. Then other things for mining. Then you have the top 100 richest for Bitcoin. So the top 100 addresses own 20%. That's the same thing with money and with cryptos. The richest people own the most. The distribution of the wealth, the size of transactions, the blockchain size. If you want to download all the blockchain for Bitcoin, it's at 212 Bitcoins right now. Reddit subscribers. So how many people are on Reddit? Oh, a lot for this one. You can check for different currencies. Tweets per day. How many people are tweeting about this? GitHub. How many people are using it? Again, good information and good to compare things with. Telegram. So Telegram is basically a messaging application. I'll open it here. That is very, very used in cryptocurrencies. So it's a messaging app like WhatsApp, right? And you text your friends with it, you text your family, you can call people, and it's encrypted. That's a nice thing about it. Now, all the cryptocurrency groups have their channels there. So for each coin, they have a channel, and then there's a lot of groups that are basically just groups that talk about other things crypto related. For example, I follow this group, La Bulle Crypto. It's in French though, this one, which has 2,447 members. And Elias is actually one of the moderators. which he does some of the fundamental analysis for MTG, and he and basically they're giving extremely good, valuable information about what's going on. There's constantly people all the time writing about what's going on, and again, most of it is in French, so I'm not going to read it out, but here, oh well, there's something with PCH. The block is 32 megabytes, and a block of 4 gigabytes is not going to be enough. Blah blah blah. So there are conversations where you learn things and you see what other people are following or whatnot. Then there's other channels like crypto coins, which this is not a good channel. Basically, this is a channel for people who are doing pumps and dumps. There's 105,000 members, right? And basically, they just nobody can talk. They just say, buy this and this is the target, but it's all pumps and dumps. Don't follow what they say. They're going to say something because they bought it before. Everybody buys, the price goes up. By the time you buy, you bought in the end, and then it starts dropping because they're selling to you. So don't follow their targets. It's not because I put it here that you should follow it. This is an example of something bad. Don't actually follow a channel like this. But it's important for me to tell you about it because there's a lot of these crappy channels as well that you want to watch out for. Okay, don't just follow any channel. If you want to get into some good groups, it doesn't specifically mean that if you find it on Google, it'll be good groups, but you can just Google, crypto Telegram groups. Okay, and let's see here. The best crypto signals, don't go for signals. Okay, forget signals, they're no good. All the signals you're going to find out there where somebody tells you what to buy, and then you just buy it and you become rich because you're following this person, none of it works. Okay, stop being naive. So but you can find a directory of some groups, go in them, see what they're talking about, if it makes sense, and see if you like them, or just join the official groups of that coin. Like when we saw Wax, they had their Telegram group there. Okay, so Telegram is something that you are gonna have. You are gonna have to have. Reddit, again. So Reddit is super popular for cryptocurrencies. The channels they have there are going to be, are very used. There's a lot of comments on everything. There's big debates. And again, it's one of these places because, when Bitcoin was born, people would talk about it on Reddit, and that's how discussions were formed. And it just became something that Reddit is the place where discussions would happen. And you would have actual news that would take out pictures of Reddit conversations and say, oh, this is what people are saying. So if I want to check Ethereum, for example, I can check their Reddit, right? So their Reddit here has 385,000 subscribers. And you can see here what they're talking about, and you can read the comments or whatnot. Again, gain some knowledge from there. Ask your questions. Twitter, I've talked about Twitter. If you're following any coins, if you're investing in any coin, you have to be on Twitter. Okay, so again, I never use I actually don't use this Twitter, but yeah. So if you're following any coins, make sure you're following them, right? So okay, Charlie Lee, I want to follow this guy. Vitalik, okay, CEO of Binance, okay, or the exchanges themselves that I trade on. So what is he saying? Is there something new? What does he think about something else that's going on? You get some news out of there. And the exchanges, so if I trade on Binance, well, Binance, if there's a problem, if the system is going down, or if there's anything, they will post it there. They will post it there. So that's where you would get your news from Binance, actually. You get it on Twitter before anywhere else, okay? And if they're doing giveaways or anything like that, we've received some of these sometimes when they were doing it. We've got some. What else? Steemit. Steemit is basically like a platform where you can put videos and you can put content. It's actually an actual coin. So Steemit is a coin here. if you go on CoinMarketCap, Steam is an actual coin, okay? And their platform is this, is an actual platform that's like YouTube, where you can post stuff, where you can post articles, and where you can post any type of content. And there's a lot of content on there which has to do with cryptocurrencies, and you can learn a lot about different cryptos on there because everybody who's on Steemit knows about cryptos in a way, right? What else? Crypto Miso. Okay. So Crypto Miso is going to be a website that basically follows the GitHub of cryptocurrencies. So here it has GitHub commit history of 841 cryptocurrencies based on most popular repo. So they're checking if that specific coin is doing a lot of commits on their repositories in GitHub. So GitHub, where they have their code, every time they want to add something to their code, they have to commit a change on their repository, so where their code is. And basically they're saying if you see a lot of activity on a GitHub, that means they're working on something, they're hard at work on something. So that's a good indicator of if it goes up. But, you know, it's not as simple. You know, a company can, or a coin can do only one commit and have everything in that commit. And another coin might have hundreds and hundreds of commits, but it's all small changes and it doesn't really lead to anything. So, you know, it's just a website that's there for you to just have an idea and look at it. But don't just go on this and say, well, this one is up, I'm going to buy, and this one is down, I'm going to sell. It has nothing to do with that. There's way more to it. But again, if there's, coin that you have and you want to check when is the last time they've made a commit, you can check here how often they commit, or you can check directly on their GitHub to see when is the last time that they've actually committed something. So yeah, that should be it for these resources. And again, that's a lot of things to look at, okay? But this is the nature of the thing. It's not stocks where you have Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg who has everything. I actually had Bloomberg come to my office and let me know that they are now adding cryptocurrency news in their platform, and they wanted to sell it to me, but they told me that it's way off from completion. And I think it was 24,000 a year for that platform. But there wasn't a lot of crypto things on Bloomberg again. But for stocks, you had everything on there. You have everything. Crypto, we don't have these things yet, so we have to go in a lot of different sources and get that information for ourselves. So this is resources we're going to be using and that we look at. There's other tools, less resources, but tools that we're going to be using that make our life a little bit easier that we'll get into later. But for now, go over these, play around on them, read a couple of articles, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture.